Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tank. And today we're here with another super awesome episode of journeys, inspirations, and travel and experiences, and so much more. I'm going to first introduce my first speaker of the day. It is a woman with small dreams from a small city with the courage to never give up on it. I'd like to all please put your hands together and welcome Diksha Srivastava.
Thank you.
Hi Diksha, welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you
You're
for
good?
having me over. Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
good.
pleasure to have you. So Diksha, you're like relatively new into the whole biking circuit, you know.
Yes.
So how has your journey been? Can you take us through your whole journey? How have you gotten onto a motorcycle?
Okay, so from childhood only, I was fascinated by bikes and all. So I first learned on my father's bike. So it was a Passion Pro. So I learned on that. Later, when I went away from home for studies, so I was not having any vehicle. So I waited till this time to buy a bike. So last year only I bought my KTM 250 Duke. So I'm riding since last 1 year only.
Okay. Wow. So how did you get to a Duke? What is the journey? Where are you from originally? Can you tell us a little bit more? Can you tell everyone though?
Yeah. So basically I am from Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh. So there it's a small city. So there not all girls you can see on a bike. So everybody is on scooty or they travel in car and all. So no one gets on the bike. So I was like I had to ride a bike. So when I got a chance to stay away from my home, like for job and all, so I saved money for the bike and I brought and I bought what bike I wanted. So yeah, so that is,
And that is the KTM 250.
yeah.
Oh, superb. So first thing I'm very sorry to point out, I noticed you're rather on the shorter side of the height scale.
Yeah.
So how do you manage as being a shorter rider? I
Okay.
guess.
So earlier when my bike was new, so I did not ride it for around 4 months. I did not touch it even. So I was very scared to it will fall. So I got the crash guard installed first. And then later I got some trainings and all. So got the techniques to handle the bike. If you are having only one leg over one side, so you can get on your toes on the one side whichever you are feeling comfortable. So in that way I'm managing my bike, from left whenever I want to switch to right. So like that I'm managing the bike.
Okay. So these trainings you spoke of, what are these trainings about?
Yeah, so after the lockdown, after the lockdown only I started my proper riding and all. Before that I was not having proper riding or something. So there some off-road and on-road sessions I had. So in that only I was taught how to manage, how to balance the bike and all, on and off-road both.
Right. Okay. So as a rider, do you prefer road travel or off-road more?
I would say earlier I used to prefer on-road, but now my major priority has become off-road. So I enjoy off-road more than the
Okay, so you
on-road.
enjoy off-road more than
Yeah.
road now. Wow, that's so have the trainings really helped you into getting there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It helped me a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay, so as a rider of a mental height capacity, how do you kind of what difficulties did you face? How did you overcome those difficulties? And
Yeah, so one of the major difficulties was my height is short, so I cannot go on both sides.
Right.
My toes are tip toes.
right.
So the major difficulty I face is in U-turns. So my left is strong and U-turn I have to take always U-turn is right side. So that is a difficulty for me.
Okay, and you still face that difficulty?
Yeah, somewhere around I face the difficulty,
Okay.
but yeah, I manage it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nice. That's really cool. So how do you overcome these things? So example, you go into a pothole. Right? You can't put your leg down because it's not reaching.
Yeah.
Right? Normally, anyone with a little longer legs or a little taller would put their foot down and push themselves back
Yeah.
up. How do you manage?
So I get a vision from very far only, what things are in front of me, where there is a pothole and all.
Right.
So from behind only I see those things. If there is a pothole, I'll not go from there.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if I have to touch my leg down, I'll not go from there. I'll move
Wow.
from somewhere else.
So you started looking much further.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure because if you're looking further, you can very easily point out where the potholes are and try and avoid them, like in your case.
Yeah.
Excuse me. However, at some point the bike will fall. You know?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that? Are you comfortable if it falls?
Yeah,
or-
if it falls, let it fall. Nobody
Yeah.
can stop it from falling. we'll pick it up and
Right.
start again. Or
We start again.
nothing
Oh,
else.
that's superb.
Yeah.
So, as a female rider first,
Yeah.
and as a short rider again, secondly,
Yeah.
do you have any message to women and shorter riders out there, and how they can overcome this difficulty?
Yeah. So one message I would like to say that never let your for the girls, never let your height be a hindrance. Like there is a technique for everything. You can manage anything and everything at some point of time, and basic proper techniques and proper training will help you a lot.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. So I guess there is literally no excuse left to not ride a motorcycle or have fun on a motorcycle. You've got a person saying right here, if you're short and you say, oh, I'm short, I can't get on an adventure bike or a big bike or a tall bike, someone right here is telling you you can and you must and you should find a way around it. So thank you so much, Diksha, for coming up and sharing all of this with us. It's a complete
Okay.
pleasure to have you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me
much.
over.
Thank you so much.